All right, welcome to the show, guys. Got new equipment, so if we have technical issues, you can blame it on Doug. It's a brand new microphone that weighs a ton, and I'll just be transparent. I got something holding all this up because the boom is not got strong. I got to buy a new boom for it. But anyways, I hope y'all are hearing us well. ML said it sounds fine. I did a test with her earlier, and it sounds studio quality. But where are you guys watching us from tonight? Welcome to the Frog News Network. Hey, there's Bonafide jumped on. Give me a second and let me bring something up. Well, I can't even bring that up. Were you back at your house, man? Tim, are you at your house or are you at Lynn's?
Lynn to get done talking.
Oh.
I walked out of here. There's so much humidity down here that my glasses got fogged up. But Lynn Woods right there. He's still up on stage. But I got.
Well, how's it going down there? Is it a little warm?
Man, God almighty. How's my signal?
It's kind of weak.
Well, I'm gonna tell you how bad it is. Lynn said the signal down here is so bad that he had to get on the roof to pray.
Oh my goodness. That's pretty. Yeah, I seen some of the event. I seen some of the event earlier.
Yeah, listen. If y'all got something to talk about, y'all go ahead. I'm waiting on Brad's gonna come.
No. Yeah. We can just chat back and forth. We were just starting to do some call outs. Bonafide. This is ML. I'm helping him build his channel. He's going to be part of the Frog News Network. He's going to have his own show. I'm going to help him build his channel up. He's going to come on and be on our show. So we're going to do a little intel tonight and let people know what's going on. What do we allegedly think's going to happen going on and all that stuff like that. And then tomorrow we have a show, and I think ML can tell us what are we having on tomorrow night and what are we going to be discussing?
Oh, yes, sir. Tomorrow night, we're going to have a great show. We're going to be covering the history of the Bohemian Grove and the Bohemian Club.
Yes, sir. That's where all the world leaders meet to do satanic things. They canceled it last year because of COVID, but it's been going on for years and years, and all our politicians and people of wealth across the world come all over, and only men can come. Is that correct?
That's correct. And as a matter of fact, Doug, the owner that owned that property sold it off last year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, listen, Doug, go ahead and take me out, and I'll just leave me in the back office, and I'll wave at you.
Okay. All right. So who bought it last year? We'll do some call outs in a minute, guys.
Yeah, I'll have that information tomorrow night, but you guys do not want
to... Oh, a little teaser. Okay, so here we go. Lake Norman, North Carolina. Welcome to the show. Let me get something else going here. There we go. Lake Norman, North Carolina. Welcome to the show. Hi from North Carolina. Welcome to the show. Who else have we got here? Pennsylvania. Welcome to the show. You're live with Doug and ML, and it's not RL. Florida, go ahead, ML.
Yeah,
call a couple out.
Welcome.
Call a couple more out.
Yeah, I don't have any banners showing up, Doug.
Okay, I'm Philadelphia. Welcome to the show. California, welcome to the show. Ontario, Canada, welcome to the show. Houston, Texas, Northern Kentucky, Brooklyn, welcome to the show. You're live with Doug and ML.
There you go. Now it's showing up, Doug.
Okay, it's probably running about 10 seconds behind on you. So go ahead and call a couple out.
Oregon, welcome to the house. The Great Northwest.
Wisconsin, welcome to the show. Alex in Chicago, welcome to the show.
Ohio, welcome to the show.
There you go. Florida, Central Florida, welcome to the show. You're live. Oklahoma, welcome to the show, guys. We're not going to do a full hour tonight. I put up bubblegum intel as a joke. There's just not a lot of information at all coming out, but I'll tell you what I know, what I've seen. What we allegedly think's going to happen, but we'll go with that. But I know one thing. Watch the water. Texas in the house. New Jersey Shore in the house. Welcome to the show. St. Augustine, Florida. I'll be back down in Florida in about a month. We'll be going down to John DeLente's event down there with Bonafide. Be flying down there. New Jersey Shore in the house. St. Augustine's, Florida. Ohio. Louisiana. Go ahead, man.
Louisiana, welcome to the house. Welcome to the show. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Keep going. Call out about 3 or 4 more.
Yeah, Louisiana, welcome to the show.
Portsmouth, Virginia. McKinney, Virginia. Louisiana, welcome to the show. You're on the air with Doug and the Frog News Network. All right, water. You're going to hear all about the water. We're getting ready to tell you all about the water. Go get a glass of water because everything's about the water.
Right there.
Phoenix, Arizona can tell you all about the water.
Yeah.
Why are all your water mains dug up in the whole city? The whole city, all your water mains are showing. Christiansburg, Virginia, that's up in Northern Virginia. Welcome to the show. Commie, Oregon in the house, they said. Water is rising. Why do you think they're saying watch the water, even the water you drink? Hey, y'all.
Hey,
Welcome
y'all.
to the show. Hey, man, we're glad each and every one of you coming on to join us tonight.
You bet.
Bonafide will come back on. He's down at Linwood's event down in down in South Carolina. They still got the band playing, so he don't want to be real noisy. Oklahoma in the house. We love you guys. We love you back. Thank you. Don't forget to go over to the Frog News Network and hit the subscribe button. We're going to start sending the newsletter out next week. The first newsletter will go out and let you know where we're going and what direction we're going with the show. We got all new equipment. Don't worry when somebody gets in trouble and they need to be thrown out of the chat. This is what you're going to hear now. You hear?
You've got major feedback on your end.
Do I?
Yes. It's
Check
awesome.
one. Major feedback. Maybe I ought to go to the headphones then. Hold on. All right, let's try.
There you go.
Let's try this. All right, hold on.
Texas, welcome to the show.
Like I said, guys, I'm going to have a little trouble to start with. I'm going to go back to the headphones. Check 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, how's that? Any better?
Yep, that's a lot better.
All right, guys, Florida in the house. He said it was you that had the feedback, but that's all right, guys. I'll wear the headphones. There'll be no feedback from Doug because nothing's coming out. It's going right through my ears. There's nothing in between, so the only echo I hear is from my brain. Williamsburg, Virginia, Donald Cornhouse, how are you, sir? Haven't seen you since we went and seen Rob in the hospital. It's been a while. I'd like to see Rob. Bring that 50 by so I can visit it. Get on with it, boys, he says. Hey, listen, this is a very important part of our show. I know you want us to get on with it, but people like to get called out. It's part of bringing us together, okay? So just be patient as we go through this. And we do have sponsors that help us along with the show. After all, this is what I do for a living. So just be patient as we get to the show. I know everybody's anxious to get everything. Doug, we didn't have feedback. I just wanted to put the headphones on because they look cool. But the other dude has major echo, they say. You need to turn your volume down.
How does it sound now? Is it better?
Are you guys still in here in echo through his? ML is echoing. Turn it down as low as possible and you can still hear me. He's on his telephone. He's getting ready to get all his equipment on Monday. And I did ask him to come on at the last minute because I didn't look for
turn it all the way down. How's that?
All right, guys, is that better? Put a 1 in there if the echoes went down for us, guys. It takes about 20 seconds for that to happen. And we'll go from there. And got to remember that he says it's worse. I can't believe that.
Wow.
I don't hear any echo.
How's this?
All right, just give it a few seconds. How is it now? Major echo. I don't hear any echo at all. Do you possibly, let me ask you this. Do you have anything besides StreamYard open? You wouldn't have YouTube open at the same time, would you? If you did, it would echo.
You know what? It may do. Let me check real quick, brother.
Because if you have YouTube open, it's playing us and it would echo like crazy. You want to make sure you don't. We're working on it, guys. Technical difficulties. All right, guys. How's he sound now? Keep on talking. Call some people out.
All right. I'm waiting to see the banner show up.
Hey, guys, this is what it sounds like when you get kicked out of chat now. Listen up. Is that cool or what? One more time. You guys ready? He says you're great, but he's bad. There's still echo still when he talks.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
We just won't let him talk much then. As
That's what my wife says too.
I don't know. Boys with their toys. My toys are working fine, evidently. It's echo still. Now listen. Okay, so when I'm speaking, there's no echo, correct? Are you guys saying when I'm speaking, there's echo?
How's this? I'm still having feedback on my end. It's echoing on my end.
I don't know why it would be echoing.
Yeah, I have no open apps.
Still
whatsoever.
echoing? How about
Hello?
now?
Nope. No echo. Oh, it's still
How about
echoing
now?
on my end. Hello? There.
Hold on. Check 1 2 2 2 1. Can you hear me?
Yep.
And guys, just know that I'm still playing with this board. And
There we go.
Charlotte
I'm not
just
hearing any
messaged me.
echoing on my end.
yes, but I'm on the show, Charlotte. Sorry, guys. Is it any better or any worse right now? Can you guys tell me? Way better? Okay. What I did is I bring back the main feed. It's down a lot. Is that better?
Yeah, my echoing is gone on my end.
I turned the sound in here up, and I turned the feed down that brings it into it. I'm still learning the board. It's not his fault. It's my fault. Blame me. Thank you. So look, guys, let's get this
We all hope to age gracefully so we can enjoy our later years full of energy, vitality, and good health. But so often, with age, our bodies start to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Our energy, skin, healing and recovery time, sleep, it all just seems to go downhill. Unless you're using LifeWave. Since 2004, LifeWave has been delivering its amazing life-enhancing technology to people across the world, always helping the body do what it was designed to do, only better. And as it turns out, the best was yet to come. David Schmidt, our founder, creative force, and world-class inventor behind LifeWave technology, has recently achieved something in the field of regenerative science with a single LifeWave patch that researchers worldwide, spending years and billions of dollars, could not. Introducing LifeWave X39, the world's first product ever to activate stem cells. A true breakthrough in regenerative science that helps restore our bodies to a healthier, more youthful state in a way no other product can. The secret? By harnessing the power of LifeWave's patented phototherapy, X39 uses light to elevate a peptide proven to signal the activation of stem cells. Think about it. These are the cells that generate and regenerate all the cells and structures of the human body. They're the building blocks for our organs, tissues, blood, and immune system. They also serve as an internal repair system everywhere. But as we age, stem cells become less effective. Their ability to repair damaged tissue is reduced. In fact, by age 60, they've slowed dramatically. But all that changes when just one LifeWave X39 patch is placed anywhere on the body each day. Instead of older and less effective stem cells, X39 supports the production of younger and healthier stem cells. This amazing level of control over your vitality and well-being was simply not possible, let alone this easy, until now. And the best part? Like all LifeWave patches, X39 is safe, non-invasive, and incredibly cost-effective. Look what people are saying about LifeWave X39. Backed by clinical studies, multiple patents, and 20 years of development, any one of these benefits would be impressive. But X39 is so effective, it can influence everything about your body, how you look, feel, perform, and heal. It's time you experience the power of X39. Live long, live well, live younger. Experience the power of LifeWave today.
All right, guys, we're back. Can you hear me okay now? I've tried to adjust a few things. I hope the echo's gone. Like I said, I'm still learning this board. This might not be his fault. I probably should have just used the old equipment until I tested it 5 or 6 more times. Hey, guys, don't forget to go to Liberty Water. They're a Patriot company. They're one of my sponsors. Liberty Water. Use the frog code Liberty Water USA for 5% off. You get a pocket Constitution. Where did I put that at? You get a pocket Constitution, which you should really read, and your rights as a United States citizen. They're really important. So with that being said, we'll get the show started now. What we wanted to talk about tonight, let me turn my headphones down a little bit. Like I said, I'm still learning this stuff. So as everybody knows, I guess everybody's seen Nancy Drew's video. That, you know, it didn't show a picture of Trump and Kennedy at the Capitol, but it certainly, you could hear on the police radio, clear the avenue for Trump and Kennedy. And it was repeated twice. She talked over top of it, but it was absolutely, you could hear it if you listen for it. So you know that he was at the White House. So what does that mean to you guys? That means that he is still in charge, very much still in charge. And I think things are going to go real bad for the guy that's playing president real soon. Do we have times and dates? I don't give them out because I just don't have them. And I'm not going to tell you that NESARA, GESARA, and the QFS is going to hit tomorrow because I don't know. But rumor has it Tuesday that QFS could hit. That's just rumor has it. And it's like Tuesday's the deadline is the latest. But that's just rumor has it. Don't come back and say you said, Doug, you told us that it was going to hit Tuesday. That's what I've heard from probably at least 10 sources. So that doesn't mean, and let me get this clear, that you're going to get $5,000, $10,000 a month from the SARA, or your debt's going to be forgiven. I would be real careful before I signed any paper that said that I'm forgiven for all my loans on my house and on my car. I would have an attorney read that first, because you might be surrendering your land and your vehicle to the government. Know that there were 2 NESARAs written originally, one by the cabal and one by the United States government, the good guys. So is that what you hear too, ML?
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing in the back channels. I probably subscribe to a couple dozen different Telegram channels, and it seems to be the word that's going around. I find it interesting that I'm getting some echoing back on my end again, Doug, just so you know.
Let me turn it back down. How's that better?
Yep, that's better. So 3 nights ago, I had some people contact me via Facebook Messenger, and they were telling me that they were listening to a broadcast, and this individual was talking about how GESARA NESARA was going to kick in the very next morning, and that we should be looking for deposits that were supposed to hit our accounts at 4 a.m. in the morning. And I was really shocked, actually, to have somebody that was willing to put themselves out there like that and put their credibility on the line to tell us that this was going to happen. Well, that was 3 days ago. And I can tell you what, no money has been hit my bank accounts from any place like that.
So here's what I get out of the whole thing, and what I mean by this is that you can't give times and dates, and you can't guarantee anything because nothing's written in stone. There's the only thing written in stone is the Georgia Guidestones that we discussed a couple of nights ago. But what I'm saying is you can't make them statements and not have something to back it up. So what is y'all's backup plan? I'm talking about you better be praying to God you have a backup plan, because NESARA GESARA and the QFS, if it doesn't hit, what's your backup plan? Are you just still waiting to pay all your taxes because you allegedly heard that the IRS has been shut down? We think it has. I would file for an extension. That's me. I don't give financial advice, but I wouldn't pay my taxes. I've asked for an extension on them. So in case, because and Bonafide's back, and I think he can speak to this.
Hey, I want to see
Bonafide,
if
you
y'all
there?
can hear me.
I can hear you a little
Can
bit.
you hear me?
Can you
with
hear
the
him,
band in the
Mark?
background?
Oh,
Yep.
All right. I got a guy here named Will Jones that's got a YouTube channel. He's down here covering it, and I want to let him give y'all a shout out. Y'all can follow him on YouTube and his channel. All right.
All right.
You bet.
All right, then.
Right here, Will.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, this is Rick Jones from the Apostolic Conservative Show, and we're on YouTube. We're on several different platforms right now. You can find us over there. We do much conservative talk. Our thing is bringing the new news in a Christian format while debunking the mainstream narrative. And so we try to talk about, all the things of value of who we are, and really trying to debunk the narrative that the mainstream media has pushed that has virtually destroyed this country. And so we're just patriots over there fighting, doing all that we can. And I'm glad for this. Thank you guys for this opportunity and for allowing me to come on here. But you can find us over there at Apostolic Show on YouTube. But we're on a few other. That's my second account because I do have the badge of honor to say that I've been suspended off of YouTube, my main platform, man. And we know the censorship is real, but you can find them over there. We're on BitChute. We're on Rumble as well. Apostolic Conservative Show. Appreciate you guys. So hey, that's who we are, and try to bring as much truth as we can. We play a lot of videos of current events as well. We're all in it, and thank you guys for what you do. Thank you for all the fighting that you do for us patriots. Because if we don't
so
do
can you
this,
tell us? I'm
Go
sorry,
ahead.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No,
Can you tell
go
us
ahead.
anything you've heard lately as far as intel?
As far as intel, well, we know right now that down in Georgia, they're getting ready to get to bring forensic audits on there. The fire is heating up down there in Georgia. We just heard breaking news on tonight from Candace Taylor. What she has a petition in courts in Georgia just recently over the last couple of days, and she will be pushing to get rid of this fake phony election that took place, and there's some big huge breaking news right there.
Wow.
But now, if you've heard about Bobby Pitton, now I just shared a video on my Facebook page today earlier of Bobby Pitton. He's been going to different, just like several patriots have been going all across the country to different counties that you've not heard of, and they've been going down there, and they're going before their legislative body, and they're bringing them evidence. They're doing investigations on the counties, and one thing that the cat is out of the bag on in these is how they stole in the election is they've looked into they went by the census account of 2010, and they've gone into different counties and use the census of the counties to measure how much they can cheat in these counties. in this video was a town, I believe it was called Katy, but it was in Illinois up there. And in that town, man, he brought evidence to them that their population normally votes about 47% of their population. But in this, right up to this election, like within weeks of election day, the voter roll, the registration, the people that voted, it jumped up like 60%. And so then you had people voting at 93% in a population of 93% of the population. And so it's showing you the fraudulent way that they're going. I hope I can say that over here and you guys don't get kicked off.
Don't get us thrown off here now.
Okay. But it is the way that they have gone about through county to county. And for a long time, they have been stealing elections just by using the census count. And I don't know how much time I got on here.
Tell everybody how to get in touch with you again.
Yeah, so you can actually go. I have a website. I got to get about the last 7 or 8 shows up because I'm running behind. But Apostolic Conservative, that's APOSTOLIC conservatives.com. Apostolic Conservatives ApostolicConservative.com. God bless you guys. We love you. Keep up.
God bless you, brother. Thank you for your work.
All right. Thank you. Oh, wow.
All right. Bonafide, I'm having trouble hearing y'all down there. And
yeah, I know.
I don't want to get thrown off the air.
There ain't no signal out here, all right?
Yeah, it's pretty weak, your signal. Secondly, if they pick up a song that they're playing, I'm going to get copyright infringement from the stage.
All right, buddy. I'll see y'all in the morning. I'll talk to you tonight when I get home.
All right, bud. Let me take you back out. All right. Can you hear me, ML?
Yep. Loud and clear.
All right. I didn't want to cut them off, but give me a second here. You'll hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm just trying. I had phantom power on. I don't even know what it means. So I took that off. Hopefully y'all can still hear me okay. I'm hearing everything a lot better now. So let's go from here. So guys, we were talking about Trump was seen at the Capitol. Nancy Drew had filmed it. There's a lot of other signs that things are about to happen. Like I told you, I heard by Tuesday we might see some big things. And these are from sources that I got all around the world, not just sources here or on Telegram. I've got sources elsewhere now. And they're saying Tuesday could be the day, allegedly. But I can't give you that, and I use the word stone. Yes, the 10 Commandments were written in stone, but where are they? I know the Georgia Guidestones are still there, and we know who built them. And it was about the abomination of this country and the world.
You know,
really.
Doug, if you don't mind, I know a lot of people are feeling the same way you and I are feeling, that we keep getting this hopium pumped through us and pumped to us day in and day out by all these, patriot channels that are out there that are trying to help do their part in rallying the troops. But we're all getting a little battle weary here because of all these promised dates that come and go. And it's making it a lot harder for us to stay the course because we keep being told to stick with the plan, stay the plan, stick with the plan. It's part of the plan. But nobody has just told us, what is the plan? What's the plan? We have a lot of hypotheticals, but there's no concrete evidence for any of these things that are being told to us. And we're all getting a little battle weary, to be honest.
Right. We don't know. People have said that it could be August. It could be sooner.
Well, I actually heard today on the back channels that they're now saying October.
Is this, that the military is in charge, and so is FEMA, and you better believe that. And
right.
That's what we were talking about last night, that when you start seeing FEMA tents go up and you start seeing military vehicles in giant cities, which you're about to see, and I'm telling you, if they switch over to the new banking system, you're going to see that immediately. All these people that have been sneaking across the border are going to be turned loose in these cities, murdering people massively, setting fires, blowing up stuff. It's going to be a bad scene, guys. Dirty
Well, there was
deeds.
something you touched on last night about those the illegal aliens that are crossing our border. Well, last summer it was reported, I believe it was Washington Post had did a report where they had discovered that the CCP had been shipping guns and ammunition to California, and there were stashes being housed in buildings that were owned and controlled by Democrats. And what they had discovered that is a lot of these guns and ammunition was falling into the hands of Antifa, who's being trained on how to utilize these automatic weapons, rocket launchers. They were also being put into the hands of Black Lives Matter as well. So these people are being armed and they're being trained by our very enemies.
Absolutely. I was trying to look for something to cut off on here. It's my fault, guys. I should have tested all of this. I thought I had it all worked out, but here's the thing: is we're going to start seeing all this stuff that I talked about because it's coming across the border, and these people owe the cartel. They owe the people that are coming in our country, and their way to pay it back is to do what they say, or they'll be murdered, because probably their families were murdered. It's terrible. It's more horrific than anybody could ever imagine, the spiritual war we're fighting. So with that, I want to share some stuff with you guys, and, not breaking intel, but it's what's happening in the world right now. So I want to share that with you. And I'm going to go over to one of my Telegram pages. And I'm going to circle back. Yes, the Dr. Pepper shirts are available. Get in touch with me. I can ship them out. They're $20 plus shipping. If they're $3 more if you want 3X, 4X, whatever you need. But here's the thing, guys, and Bonafide sent me that picture. It's pretty cool. What we're seeing now is massive flooding everywhere. See that water? Everywhere in the world. Germany is just underwater. It's crazy the amount of flooding, and it's not only in Germany; it's everywhere. And as I go through here, you'll start seeing. I'm gonna get it. Look, this is Germany. It's written in German, but it says all tunnels worldwide will fill up and collapse. Nature reclaims its habitat. This is all Germany. See, it's written in German. This is crazy, the amount of flooding. And what I'm trying to get to, which showing this is just a freeway, and the guy told me, he messaged me, and every time it rains heavy in Detroit, that floods right there. So with that being said, there's over in Australia, here's what the truckers are doing. They're so upset. They've been put under a new lockdown, and they're so upset. They're getting in their rigs, and they're driving up on this bridge, and they're hitting the air brakes and throwing their keys off. We're talking hundreds and hundreds of tractor trailers with 2 and 3 wagons behind them stuck up on this bridge, and there's no way to tow them off. Brakes are locked. There's no keys. It's a huge problem over there right now. More flooding. This flooding is just devastating. It's everywhere. I just want to show you more and more about the flooding. Here's more about. They're just stopping their trucks on top of this bridge and taking their keys and throwing them in the water. They've had it over there in Australia. They can't take no more. They just put the whole country on another lockdown till next year. This is something that's unique in France. The cops put their weapons down, put their headgear down, and started clapping for the crowd that was demonstrating. They've had enough of what the government's telling them to do, and they don't want no more. They just want everybody to be free, and instead of robbed of their liberties. This is a tunnel over in Germany, and all of this is being created, whether you guys know it or not, by something that we have in this country that was stolen from us and sold to the whole world. It's called HAARP. This creates storms. It raining in the desert the other day. Last year, they got it to snow in the desert. That don't happen. That's not natural. So I just wanted to show the amount of flooding. And what does that mean? So let me come back out of the chat. I had some stuff I was going to get ML to read, but seeing that it's so small, I won't ask him to try to read it. Here's the thing, guys, is it's in the Bible. The world floods. Remember Noah's Ark, put everything on the ark. That's what's happening right now. They're flooding the world. And isn't that in the Bible? ML, can you touch on that?
Well, it's in the end time apocalyptic events, that these events would start happening in greater periods. These what we want to call natural phenomenons were actually being done, by the cabal. They have the ability to control our weather and use that weather as a weaponization to take out our nations. They're trying to, through this modernization of weaponry for the weather, they're trying to hamper and do away with our food supply and our water supply that sustains life.
My friend called me today and he says, I went by Sam's Club to pick up some more, groceries and stuff. And he said, I can't afford to buy steak at all no more. He said, it's like $16 a pound for steak, and the cheap steaks.
Yes.
Of course, Sam's don't have cheap steak. They get the best cuts, but it's never cheap. But he said you can't afford it. Everybody's leaving the steaks alone, buying chicken and fish. And there will be food shortages, but they're not warranted. There's no shortage of food in this world. It'll be fake, just like they fake the gas shortages. It's crazy what's going on. What's about to happen? Things are going to get worse before they get better. I would say stay close to the Bible and
stay close to the Lord.
Don't travel to big cities. Stay away from them. Some of the same things I've been saying time after time after time. What I would like to hear what our listeners, our Frogonites, what are you guys hearing as far as any intel? Because there's very little coming out, and I'm not about to tell you things that that won't happen, because I don't get dates. People don't tell me stuff like, well, on this certain date, but allegedly by Tuesday, Nassar. But we've been hearing allegedly, and the goalposts moved for months now, for months and months. So
yes.
Is that just a distraction? And the people that are given that information from other places, from other countries, it's just, are they a hired distraction? Well, the real war is going on in this country. I think that might be the case. Do I think Nassara and QFS is real? Yeah, I believe it is. But we don't know when it's coming. We don't know when Trump will be back, if he's coming back. What is your plan if he's not coming back? You know what I mean? If they say it's Nassara, they have to elect a new president within 120 days. Go look it up. That's under Nassara. Now, but
That's
if
true.
Here's the breaking news out of Arizona. The senator in Arizona has called for to overturn the election. And let me tell you this, if they decide to overturn the election in Arizona, you won't have to wait on Georgia, because you know what's about to come next if they don't send the military? Civil war. They're not going to wait for all these states to change. I'm telling you that people will rise up. We're this close to a civil war right now. When Arizona flips, everything will go in. That's when everything will just click in. I mean, Trump wasn't just at the Capitol he had nothing better to do that day and had a bigger, a presidential escort. How does an ex-president have that? If you've seen him at CPAC in Texas, he had the same presidential escort that he had when he was president. That's got to tell you something. You got to know that he hasn't left us. He's still the commander in chief, but the military and FEMA are running everything right now until it can be addressed in a fashion where if they overturn the election, he can be put back in office as the rightful winner of the election. Do you follow? It's never been done in our history before, but it's never been cheated on like this before. We're living in crazy times right now, and know that I feel that the dark side, the cabal, is just not going to roll over and play dead as we took all their money, to stall all their banking systems, and whatever they got left, they're going to, they're about to attack with. So what are you guys' thoughts? Have you heard anything? A lot of arrests, Walmart, Sam's Club, that child trafficking. We know that wasn't Sam Walton that started that. That was after they started building superstores. And from what I heard, and even from people from down in South Carolina, that the closed down Walmart stores have tunnels under them, and that's how they traffic people underneath the stores, the old stores. And we know that Walmart was complacent with the child trafficking. They were right involved in it. So hopefully, I don't think a company that big will get shut down, but I think it could be renamed. I think Amazon could be taken down and renamed under another name too, because they were selling children, Overstock, Facebook, Twitter. They may keep the same names, but you can best believe the people that are running them haven't been in charge of them for quite some time. It's all been an illusion. Right, because we know it's part of the movie. We're so tired of hearing it's part of the movie, I want to puke. You know what I mean? Just do what you got to do. Make a move. You know what I mean? It's like almost when you were a kid and you were in school and somebody kept talking crap to you, selling wolf tickets. Do something. Do something. Our government needs to do something. They need to take action. Bonafide told me he was going back to the border, but he got a text from some high intel people in Texas not to come back. And he questioned why, and then he got a bunch of pictures. Truckloads and truckloads of militaries headed down there, and they're putting up fence. Now, instead of letting them in the country, they're putting the fence up, just a regular chain link fence. If they cut the fence or they knock the poles down, they committed a crime. Now they're getting arrested and sent back. It's a little late in the game for that, but at least it stops the influxion of these crazy people that are coming through at night that are trained in other countries to assassinate people. And don't think it don't happen. Don't think 13 and 14-year-olds ain't taught to do it. They're taught all around the world. They're actually taught in Louisiana at our military bases. Little kids. It's crazy. It's been going on. MK Ultra for years and years. So interject a little bit here, ML.
Well, that's what you're saying is true, Doug. I can remember during Obama's administration, they were finding actually uniforms on the Rio Grande River there on crossing over into Texas. They were actually finding uniforms from some of the terrorist groups from the Middle East. Actually, were discarded right there, as they were crossing the river, and that was during Obama's administration. That they've been allowing all sorts of foreign people to come into our country, flooding us. And we've had reports since the last 5 or 6 months, we've had reports that there's possibly the Chinese military that's at the northern border, at the southern border as well, possibly at the southern border. They are actually arming the drug cartels. And that's where the drug cartels are getting all of their power and armory is from the CCP.
Well, here's what I heard when Bonafide went down to the border. I said, well, why don't they arrest some of these cartel that are helping people right to the shore? If he has 1 foot still in the water, they can't arrest him because he's not on U.S. soil. If they yank him out of the water, the cartels already said, for every one of our guys you arrest, we'll kill 2 of your officers.
That's
we'll
right.
Kill 2 of your officers. And they're understaffed at the border. There's nothing they can do. Welcome them in the country. That's a terrible situation our country's in right now. And that's not the problem. The ones coming through in the daytime are not the problem. The problem exists, the ones that are coming through at nighttime. Them's the ones we need to be worried about, that are sleeper cells sitting in these cities right now, ready to go to work. And they've actually people to tell them what they're going to do. If you people don't think this is real, you need to wake up right away, because this is exactly what's going to happen.
Well, you remember a couple of weeks ago that what was in the mainstream media and alternative media was the defector from China, a high-level government official that came to the United States. Well, he didn't go to the CIA. He didn't go to the Department of Justice. He actually went to the military under the protection. Mike Pompeo and others were helping this defector in the United States. And this defector had said that 80% of the Chinese students that have been coming to the United States over the last 2 decades are actually sleeper agent cells ready
Chinese
for
spies.
an invasion.
And one of the major pharmaceutical company employs a lot of Chinese people, and from what the intel's showing, that most of the people that are employed by these companies are actually Chinese agents.
That's true.
And I don't say that lightly. I mean, that's crazy that they've infiltrated our country from China. Now we got people infiltrating. These people coming across the border, ladies and gentlemen, are not Mexicans. Okay.
No.
They're coming from all countries around the world. There are hardly any Mexican people coming across the border. They're from Nigeria. They're from, what's the other country that supposedly that the vice president went to and supposedly talked to them? That's where they're coming from. And you are right. They're coming across our border, and they're being flown in on big planes to military bases, and they're men getting off these planes. They're not women. They're all men, and they're releasing them into our country. You got to know that's the people that are going to be fighting the war that we're about to have. And this is not made up stuff. There's videos and there's footage of the guy down there at these bases. They're military bases, and they're military planes bringing these. This is the bad side of the military. We have a good side and a bad side to our military in this country. You better believe it, because it's real. And they're flying them in on these bases. They're just letting them out, putting them on big tour buses, and then they're putting them in the cities. This is happening as we speak every day, 24 hours a day, until our military steps forward and makes a move. Our country is in deep, deep trouble right now. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, I was hearing on the back channels today on Telegram, they were saying that President Trump's return has now been pushed back to October. So that's now the new expected date of his return. And I don't think we're going to have till October, to be honest with you, Doug. At the rate we're going, at the rate that the Biden administration, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say his name. I don't want to get us censored.
Well, let's just call it the administration.
The administration,
that's in charge of 10 square
they
miles.
are at breakneck speed, undoing everything that former President Trump had did for this nation itself. And I don't think we're going to last another 2 or 3 months on a what if.
You know, we all listened to Kim Clement as he told us about the prophecies he's had, and he spoke to God that he had set this person that we consider to be Trump aside for a season. That season has passed. He's already reemerged with his first Patriot event promoting the Republican Party. So we know he's back. But when will things start to take place? I think a lot of things have been taking place behind the scenes. A lot of people have been arrested. That's going to come forward like it happened yesterday, but it actually happened a year ago. But we're in for a hell of a fight coming for us, folks. Things are not going to be back to normal for quite some time. You can't let an influx of people in our country like this and expect nothing to happen. I'm telling you, if you're in big cities, you better plan on moving. Get away. Go somewhere else if you can. If you can. I encourage you with all my might to get out of the big cities. Don't gather in large places. It's not going to be pretty. I can promise you that. The fight has just begun.
Well, there's a reason why the U.S. Navy has actually pretty much had a blockade against all incoming shipping companies coming from China off the West Coast, especially, you know, in the California major ports in San Diego, Los Angeles area. Those ships coming from China with shipping containers, they're not even being allowed to come. I think they're being stopped at about 30 or 40 miles out. And the Navy is going in and inspecting all those ships, all the cargo containers that are on those ships as well. And, you know, that means they know that something is not right, and they're trying to do their best to try and prevent something from happening before it actually does happen.
And I think a lot of people say, well, you got to trust the plan, you can trust the plan all you want, but you better be prepared for what's about to come. And, it's coming no matter what. If you think it's a scare event that they're letting, there's probably since the first of the year or ever since this fake administration come into office, they've probably let 1 or 2 million at least in this country. Now
At
we
least.
got an army of maybe 1 or 2 million people, maybe more, that we're going to have to fight within our country. This war is going to be fought on our soil.
That's right.
All the wars we fought previously were on other countries' soil. This one's going to be fought right here. And they say it's an information war. I no longer agree with it. There's going to be a war right here in this country. And hopefully our military takes action real quick, because every day that goes by, I see closer to civil war, civil unrest, blaming patriots for things other people are doing. It's really, really going to get nasty out here. I would think so.
I believe so.
Civil war, absolutely right. Do you know, have you not paid attention in Texas? They've already got the militia ready to roll down there. They have been for a month. These people in Texas don't play. Everybody's got a gun like it's still cowboy days, and they got bigger guns too. They're not playing. Other militias from other states are gathering down there as we speak.
Yep.
I'm telling you, yeah, it could be Armageddon, and that's what it's in the Bible, right? But we don't think it's the end of times. We just think it's going to be a battle that has to be fought in order to gain control, not of the United States, but of humanity, so we can get to this 1,000 years of peace. But there's going to be a war to be fought before that. And I'm not trying to scare anybody. You can have all the faith you want, but you need to be careful and know what's about to come. I promise you, it's just not going to roll over and be all rainbows and gorgeous the day they switch everything over. It's not going to be like that. Not whatsoever.
No.
I'm not saying to be fearful. Okay? I'm not saying have fear. Be prepared for what's about to happen. Protect yourself. Protect your family. Know you have an out plan for everything that you do. Don't let your kids out of your sight. Understand where you're at all times. Keep vision around you. We're at war now.
You have to be aware of your surroundings at all
times. Your eyes
times.
off of them. I'm telling you
That's
right now. I know everybody's ready to roll down in Texas. I know they are, because my guy's been out there, and Mike, the guy that lives on the border, that has property right on the river of the border, calls me every day of what's going on. They tore his ranch up. He showed me pictures. They blew his truck up. They tried to kill him about 10 times now because he's reporting the truth about what the cartel's doing down there. You guys don't want to see the pictures he showed me. I couldn't sleep for nights. They're cutting people up in parts over there and spelling their names out with them. It's horrifying what's going on down there. Who does he? He's been studying this stuff for 20-some years, and like I said, tell everybody what your channel is going to be again, ML.
My channel is going to be the Redneck Renegade Radio. And we're going to be covering all of these topics. Last night was my first time being on a podcast, so I asked for patience, and I know that I stumbled on my words a little bit, and we were shooting from the hip last night, trying to give a little bit of taste of everything that we were trying to do.
It was your first show. We all make mistakes. I make mistakes every time I do a podcast. Look at what I did tonight. But our Frogonites are here for information, encouragement. As long as we give that to them, we're going to bring him up. He's going to fly under the Frog News Network banner. He's going to have his own show. As we build it up, he will have his own show. We got to get him to 1,000 people subscribed. Then he can live stream. That's our goal. He will create the channel like Monday. He'll create the channel, and I'll help him SEO the channel. We'll get it up and going. And then we'll just get his subscribers list up where he can start streaming on his own. He gets all his equipment on Monday too, as far as his camera, his microphone, and all that stuff too. So
Yeah,
we're really,
and like you and I talked about, Doug, going forward, we're going to provide more content and we're going to provide more in-depth content on the subjects that we're going to be discussing on each of these episodes because we want people to be truly informed. We want people to leave this show knowing that what we're telling them is true, and we'll provide them resources as well. So I really appreciate your opportunity and allow me to come on, allow me to help start my show as well, because I'm like everybody else. You know, I'm a father, I have 4 sons, and, we need to protect our families. And all of this hopium that we've been, because I was one of the biggest people that were watching all of these different Patriot programs for the last, couple, 2 or 3 years. I started, listening to number 17's Intel, in 2017, and I was clinging to every word that was coming out of 17. And unfortunately, a lot of that has not materialized. And I had to wake up, after the holidays were over with, when President Trump, which he did not concede the election, but he vacated the White House because he signed the Insurrection Act. And we know that he signed the Insurrection Act because that's why the military and FEMA is now in charge of our nation at this time. And so we know that our nation actually went through somewhat of a restoration. Thank you, Elaine. God bless you too. Our country went through a restoration period because the corporation of the United States ended at that time. And so number 45 allegedly is supposed to be number 19 now, because the United States of America has now been changed back to the rightful United States for America.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I get to use my thing tonight. The guy's name's Drizzle. Let me hit it. That's pretty cool.
That's great. That's great.
That's what you get when you go to mommy's basement from now on. And people were asking, where's Mike at? Mike has his own show. I'm very aware of that. We talked yesterday. We talked the day before. He talked to me today. So I'm very aware where he's at. We talk all the time. I'll actually see him out in Missouri at the 6th of next month. We're both going out there to the LifeWave convention. So I'll see him out there, and I'll probably talk to him again tomorrow. I asked him, did he want to come on the show? And he said, yeah, a couple of days ago. So we might have a Mike night.
Mike night.
He might come back on. Everything's cool between us guys, if you need to know. And when he comes on, we'll speak about it if you'd like. And everything will be just merry, merry, merry.
Well, I love the transparency and the honesty that you have here on this program too,
Doug. I liked your
Doug.
show better when it was more positive instead of doom and gloom. It's not doom and gloom. Would you like me to tell me that your NESARA starts tomorrow and they're going to give you $5,000 a month and you don't have to do anything to get our country back? That's not what I'm promoting anymore. We're promoting real ways to take our country back, by attending city hall meetings, by attending school board meetings, by getting involved in local politics. That's the only way we're going to fix this country. If you think somebody's coming to save you, you're sadly mistaken.
Well, we also have to understand our history too.
Fight for the country, and that's what I'm promoting now. And as I build my audience back of the 100 million people that probably voted for President Trump that don't want to sit on their hands and work, that's the people we want. And,
that's right.
And the patriots we want watching this show. That's who we want.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I can't control his mic from his location, okay? This is the first night with the board. We explained that about 10 times now. So he's got 16,000 people on his show. Great. Here, you want me to pick up mine? Hey, guys, tomorrow at 4 o'clock in the morning, you're going to get deposited all kind of money in your account. I guarantee it. Just wait. You'll see. If you call the Treasury, you can get your money to your birth certificate tomorrow. Just ask them. because I heard so. I don't do stuff like that. So when people want that, that's why I called it bubblegum intel. I won't say that. I won't do that. I give you real bona fide ways to save the country, not wishes and hopes. Real things that we can do. So, but that's what people want to hear. So you know what I mean. It's the
other way
and
that
I'm
we're
not down
saying,
talking it. If that's the kind of intel you want to give out, that's what people want to hear. I'd rather have 1,600 patriots on here that want to help the country than 16,000 people that are waiting on the next check or the next hope for Nasara. Yes, it might happen. It could happen. But what we need people that want to fight for the country. That's what I'm looking for.
and Doug, another thing is we have to understand our history. We have to understand our history as humanity as well, because there's the saying that those that don't know their history are doomed to repeat their history. And God is in charge. This was a covenant nation that was set apart and set aside for these latter days, for these people. God knew what he was doing when he consecrated and spared and saved this land and allowed a restoration through the Revolutionary War to take place. We have to understand these elements, and we have to understand how we got in the situation we're in our nation, first and foremost. This just didn't happen overnight. This has been a long thought out plan that's been going on for centuries. And
Hold on, I get to do it again.
What's that, Doug?
It's so good. I know he's echoing, and I'll fix it. If you guys, it's echoing how many times you've told us about it. But,
I'm sorry, guys.
We're
Just
almost
please
at
be patient.
Finish time. We got through it. I'll find out more about this broadcasting board tonight, and I'll fix all the hiccups in it, and everything will be cool for tomorrow night. I appreciate you guys putting up with it. Do you know what I mean?
Thank you.
I know we had little bumps in the roads. As Brad Barton would say, I'm having technical difficulties. But everybody's weary. But you know what? We find it in our lives that sometimes when we're down and out, the best things happen in our life. When we think that there's nothing better, and this is what I heard, when we think there's no more hope, that's when everything else, we're almost there. We're believing and we're praying for something to happen, but it seems like nothing's going to happen. And right as you get ready to give up hope, here comes God. And in your lifetime, you're going to see him move, not this country, but the world. And you got to believe that in your heart. You got to be safe. You got to pray. And you got to get involved in local politics if you're going to fix it, because everybody has turned their backs and not paid attention for so long that's how it got to where it's at now. Nobody cared. They just turned their back and went to work and quit getting involved with anything, with the schools, with your local officials. Nobody seemed to care anymore. Let me just go to work and I'm complacent on whatever the hell goes on. I don't care. You just kept watching the 5 o'clock news and believing whatever they told you, because that's the CIA programming and the FBI programming, the channels that you're watching and brainwashing you. It's crazy what we've been through in we've been lied about the history of the world. We were talking yesterday, this world's been reset like 4 or 5 times now, and we're getting ready to go through another reset. Civilizations that just disappeared. Let's hope that we're not one of them.
Exactly.
That's why we need to fight. But thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, wrong one. Anyways, guys, thanks for putting up. I was going to take the night off, but I decided to come on because I got the board, and I said, let me get it all hooked up. And there's a couple of people that's already contacted me and told me how to fix the echo, but I can't do that and read how to do it and talk at the same. I can't chew bubble gum and talk at the same time. I just can't. There was something, they said there's one adjustment. If I just cut it off, all the echo will go away. Me and ML tomorrow will do a stream, and we'll do about a 15 or 20-minute stream, and we won't go live. We'll just record it and make sure that all the little twerks and everything are fixed. I do know one thing: this microphone sounds like a studio mic. It really, really sounds good, and I don't even think I need to twerk it much more, but I do need to get a better boom because it's very, very heavy. And as you guys seen in the video I had on Facebook, it just would slowly go down. And like I said, the boom needs Viagra. It won't stay up. Hey, listen, we love you guys, and I appreciate us patriots and Frogonites that are willing to fight for our country, willing to take action, willing to do things. I'm going to be purchasing the movie Deep Rigged. Yes, and I'm going to be going around my town, and I'm going to go to the American Legions, to VFWs, and any other place that'll let me show that movie about the election fraud. And that's what, I want to do is awaken people to what's going on in this country and get them prepared and get them willing to fight for our country, because some people have no idea about what's going on whatsoever. So it's our job as United States citizens to get out there and get involved. And I'll be recording this as I go. If they tell me no, I'll have them on camera. Guess what? You said, what? This is the American Legion. You're not going to let me show this movie here and let your patriots come in here and your veterans watch this movie about election fraud? I mean, there's American Legions everywhere. I'm going to go to them, the VFWs. I'm going to go to all kind of different places to get this movie played. Okay. And that's how we're going to do it. We're going to interview the people there. I'm going to interview them, ask them why you're here. What would you like to see change in our country? I'm going to try to travel up to DC this week if things don't get too crazy. I'm going to call up, Mustang Medic, see if I can meet him up there and he can show me around the city some. Hope I can keep up with him. He's in a lot better shape than I am, and show me around the city and show what I want to show with my camera is how dead DC is. And it's completely vacated and nothing there. The Treasury's not printing money. And with that being said, hold on for a second. I'm sorry, Brian. I should have had a bottle of your water in my hand. I really am. Don't forget about Liberty Water. But listen, so as we do this, and I go up there, I want to be able to show that the Treasury is not open anymore. The reason there's a coin shortage and a bill shortage at Walmart is because they quit printing money and stamping coin like last March. That's why there's no money. I would think in my head, and I don't know for sure, but all the new money and new coins already been stamped. It's just a matter of getting the old currency out and the new currency in. When is that going to happen? I don't know. I don't have dates on that. But I do know that we're going over to a new currency. We're going over to a new governing body of this country. It's been in the works for years. And it isn't just by accident everything that's going on. We're going to have to shut the country down to reset it. We're going to have to reset everything in the world. I love you guys for staying and hanging out with me and hanging out with ML as we build his. Say the name of your channel again.
Redneck Renegade Radio.
There you go. Redneck
Renegade
say it again.
Radio.
Radio. Okay. We'll get that abbreviated. It's a tongue twister. Yeah, that's it. We're not worried about my numbers because I heard a story and that a friend was telling that, and I believe it's in the Bible, how 40,000 men conquered hundreds of thousands of people because they scared them away, or they were more powerful because 1 and 1 is 11. So they put 40,000 people together and they conquered. And I'll have the guy on Monday night, John DeLemme. He's going to come on and tell you about the Gilead thing. He holds a sword up when he speaks. He's really, really strong at that. How they conquered a whole army with 40,000 people. And it was like 300,000 people that surrendered to him. It was great. So that's what we need to do. I mean, I know our numbers ain't like, I remember when we were getting 22,000 people but breaking intel, blah, 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 blah. I've decided to go in another direction. That doesn't, Everybody can do what they want. I'm going to separate myself from the pack. I've always been one of them type of people where I don't want to do what everybody else is doing. If there's a line, I want to figure my way around to the front of the line. I just don't want to be in line giving out the same information and handing out pamphlets. I'm not that type of dude. But what I want to do is give you answers that you can start doing tomorrow by attending city council meetings, by getting involved with the school board. Do you even know their schedule? When's the next time your city council meets or your county government meets? Who brings up the parties in your area? Who's in charge of that? For all you know, you could run for that. You could run for that seat, and it might be vacant, and there's nobody sitting in that seat, and you'll have a voice in your area. This is what I post out today on Facebook. Today's the day you stand up. You shout out or something in that fashion, and you stand up for this beloved country and question everything that's happening now. Everything. Yes. Because it's your duty as a United States citizen to question everything that's happening, because nobody's questioned it for so long is the reason we're in the trouble we're in right now. This show's only going to get better and better and better. And our numbers will go up. And once we start attending all the rallies and people come on here and we do the interviews, we're going to have patriots that want to save this country. I'm not saying that other people don't want to, but they're just looking for cheap solutions. How can I supersize that going through the Wendy's drive-through? And I got a coupon. We don't need that. We need people that want to get out here and fight. And, you know, that's what we need. We need fighters. And it doesn't matter what you do. God gave everybody a talent to do something. I don't care if you're volunteering, helping cleaning up after an event. You're still there participating in it. You know, just get involved, because that's what's going to save this country.
That's right.
Nothing else. God will save the world, but we got to save ourselves first. Wouldn't you say, ML?
I agree. We are our brother's keeper. And that's why we're here, is to help lift the spirits of our brothers and sisters and show them that there is hope, there is light at this end of this tunnel. We have to bring the darkness into the light. And we are living in the greatest time of this earth right now, you know. So I'm so blessed to be able to have a platform. I'm doing my part now by creating my own channel to be able to help draw and help open up more of the hearts and minds of our brothers and sisters, so that they can go back to their loved ones and say, you're not going to believe what we heard today. It's going to leave impacts on people's lives. We can actually help, if we are so lucky to have future generations. If we're so lucky to have future generations, we can leave an impact and a force for good in these future generations by giving them truth. Not hypotheticals, not hyperboles, but truth.
Right. I think somebody said, what's Bonafide's channel? Bonafide's on our channel, and everybody's going to fly under the Frog News Network banner. Hopefully, I'll be lifting up other people besides him. I'm in the middle. I think we're trying to bring over Sheila Holmes. She doesn't have a website, so she can follow under our channel too. And I'm trying to bring other people over as well, folks. It's just like when you cut the news on, there's different shows on that network, and that's what we intend to do with the Frog News Network, bring different perspectives in, different shows, and that way you can choose who you want to watch, and, you know, watch them all. But that's what we're about to do with it all, and more reporting, more citizen involvement is where we want to be and what we want to do. But with that being said, what's the latest on McAfee? Well, he's supposedly dead, but we do know that a Department of Defense jet left there 2 hours from Spain after he died. So I'm pretty sure he's not dead, okay? I think he was actually the switch that started everything in motion. He was the dead man switch. I'm pretty sure.
Well, it's no coincidence.
Said, let's do this, guys. I'll get my buddy ML to say prayer, and we'll close out. And we'll be back tomorrow night. And tell them what tomorrow night's show's about again tomorrow, and we'll have more.
Yeah, tomorrow night tomorrow night we're gonna have a great show on the Bohemian Grove Bohemian Club, the history of it, because people need to know what their leaders are actually up to, and we're gonna give you lots of content, and so we're hoping that you all are going to love it. We're going to provide a lot more content for you folks.
They said, what platform are you on? We're building his platform as you're watching him. He's on my show for now. As we build him to get 1,000 subscribers, that's when you can live stream, okay, guys and girls? Once he gets 1,000, he's going to start his own show, and he'll be under the Farg News Network. You'll just go to his show, okay? So that's what I'm going to do for people if they want to do podcasts. I'll help lift them up to where they get 1,000 people, and they can start their own thing. And what about the water? What water? The one that's flooding the whole entire world? Let's go. We've been on an hour and 15 minutes. Bring us out in prayer, my brother.
You bet. Most gracious Heavenly Father, we bow our heads and come before you so humbly. We thank you, Father God, for all the many wonderful blessings you've given to us and continue to give to us, even though at times we are unworthy and undeserving so. We're so thankful for the atoning sacrifice and the blood that our Savior, Christ Messiah Yahusha, gave on our behalf so that someday we can return into your presence, Father. We pray now and ask for protection over each and every person that is watching this program at this time, that they and their families will feel your love and they will feel your protection, that they'll be shielded against all of that they'll be shielded against the adversary and all the principalities of darkness that may try to have influence upon them and in their homes, Father God. We give all honor and glory and praise to you, Father, in all things. And this prayer we leave at the feet of your altar in the holy and sacred name, whose name is above all names, our Lord and Savior, Christ Messiah Yahusha. Amen.
Amen. Hey guys, we like to. I like to say this every show, that we help one person understand a little bit more about what's going on. I feel like we've done our job, because this is a place we gather together, what God would want us to do, where 1 and 1's 11, and the power of everybody together is very, very powerful. And we appreciate and love each and every one of you guys. We'll be back on tomorrow night with another show. Hopefully I figure this board out a little bit tomorrow. Like, once again, I apologize, but this is cutting edge technology, and I have trouble working my smartphone. So give me a day to work on it, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night. We love you. We'll talk to you soon.